for the very latest.
Man, as soon as I drop the intro, he drops off.
that connection. Damn.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. I'm still gonna start the podcast. What up, everybody? It's the Core Room. Happy to be here. I'm like a one-man army right now, but I'm sure Walt and Trem will be here in just a few minutes here. But before we get started, shout out to everybody who's liking, subscribing to the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who's growing with us, because we are growing, in the pace that we want to grow. So shout out to everybody who's grinding with us. Now before we get started, I do want to say there's a guest that we had on the show before. His wife has passed away from COVID, and my boy CB No Go. So definitely sending my condolences out to him and his family. Definitely pray that you definitely grieve and get past this. We're here for you if you need us. All right. So definitely shout out to you and the whole South African tribe out there, man. So definitely. But we do have a special guest today. So before I introduce my special guest or our special guest, you see that Cash App? If you're feeling generous, go on and hit that Cash App. If you're feeling generous. If you want to buy some merch, you see that merch. The Core Room store is right there at the bottom. Everything's at the bottom. If you want to get your any talent, if you want to get your talent out there, if you rap, you sing, you act, whatever, we got you. Just hit up that Gmail. That's the coreRoomPodcast.com. All right. I'm sorry. The coreRoomPodcast at gmail.com. All right. So before we get started, I'm gonna introduce my guest here. Here comes Trem barging in the back door. There you go, right there.
I know
we already started the podcast or whatever, man.
Oh, it's like that. It's like
yes,
that.
we started the podcast. Listen, I can't be wasting my homie time, man. I'm just saying. So, but you right here at the intro, so we about to introduce Jay-R3d. So listen, but let's say this. I'm gonna want to say this to you, Trem.
What's up?
I'm a big fan of intelligent people. I'm a big fan of people. It don't matter what age. Yeah. I tell people all the time. I will listen to Nipsey Hussle. He's younger than me, and I listen to Nipsey Hussle not for the music, but for the interviews.
Definitely.
Because his mind, he was intelligent. He wanted to allow people to think freely and really educate them about how to make money. So I was into that. So I'm a fan of all people who are intelligent and who go against the grain. I'm also a fan of people who are multi-talented.
Yes, sir.
And not just. Some people are not multi-talented. Some people just want to learn multi-talents. Like they just want to get out there and just learn stuff. How you do this? Like I used to be that guy of like, yo, how you do this? How you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like fix it. I didn't know how to fix things, but you know what? I just tried it. You never know, right?
Man. It's how you grow.
So I'm a fan of people who are multi-talented and want to learn multiple things. Multi-talented people like Sammy Davis Jr. You got multi-talented people like Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx. Like these are the people. These people are some people who are just the blueprint of being multi-talented.
Definitely.
And our next guest is a DJ. He's an actor. He has his own podcast. He's on his way. He's on his way to following in those footsteps of those talented people. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my homie, Jay. Man, the building. Baby, what's going on,
sir?
Man?
What's up, man? Hey man, that felt like a Drink Champs, Noe Drink Champs introduction right there. I told you, man. That's what he do. That's him. That's him.
Man, listen, man. I anything I say, I mean wholeheartedly. Your podcast, I was thoroughly entertained. I'm gonna keep it a G with everybody. I watch a lot of podcasts, and some of y'all not that entertaining. I'm just saying, I support, but some of y'all not taking the time to get you. And listen, if you got to criticize me, hey, let me know what I'm doing wrong. But some people are not taking the time to really, educate people. A lot of people want to be chatty patties. They want to get out there and nothing wrong with tackling hot topics. But see, when I watched your last podcast, it was a lot of stuff that I did know, like when you talking about the bug breaking, and and all of those things. But you went out your way to educate people, and that's not cool. It's not a cool thing to do. So you did that, and I totally appreciate that. That aspect of the podcast, and I watched it all the way through.
Word.
All the way through. I literally watched it all the way through, and I could have just said, let me jot a couple of things down.
Yeah.
And for my homie, when he comes on, but I watched it all the way through to the end. So it was really good. I definitely appreciate your efforts and your podcast, man.
I will say this also, man. It was definitely that takes a lot of courage to do that also, because that's not easy to go and be, you gave your stance and where you stood on the whole thing, and you also use your platform to educate the individuals too. So I mean, that could come as a two-edged sword too. It could be like something as a blessing, and it can be dangerous also as something as that can be dangerous. But that takes a lot of courage for you to use what you have to be able to try to enlighten others. So kudos to you for that also. And yeah, I learned a lot too with that as well. I did I heard a buck breaking as well, but not culture fluency. So yeah. So that was to me, there was some enlightening on my end too. But yeah. So definitely that was dope, man.
I appreciate it, man. Like, that's what y'all said lets me know, and it's confirmation and that I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? It's because that's what I really wanted to do with that particular episode. Like you said, it's risky. Even TikTok, where I get a lot of views, they flag, so I don't know if somebody flagged it or whatever, but they sent me a notification saying that it was hate speech.
Really? What?
Yeah. They said it was hate speech, but my thing was, I'm like, okay, that's hate speech. But when I talked about Whoopi Goldberg with the Jews and the white people putting her place, that's not flagged. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's
really
a lot
weird.
of stuff that I talk about when I say nigga, when I say stay in a nigga's place, and I'm saying what white folks feel like they're saying.
Right.
I say that, but that's not an issue. But then when I bring up and it wasn't hate speech, because that's why I appealed it. And it's back on my page now. But on YouTube they didn't ban it or give me any strikes for it. Instagram they didn't do it. Facebook didn't do it. So I'm like, Facebook is the feds. Like they
right.
So how are y'all TikTok? You know what I'm saying? How are y'all doing that? So I had sent the appeal and they put it back on there. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay, because it wasn't hate speech. I was just asking a question. What do y'all feel like it is? And then I was educating because I came with facts. This is documented. Everything that I'm saying that you could look in the damn book, you can look on the internet. So that was what I was really trying to, express. And I just thank y'all for actually taking the time to watch. If I educated anybody on it, that's what it's for. Of course, it's Red's view. It's my opinion on stuff and it's entertainment. But I read, man. You know what I'm saying? I read, I study, I watch documentaries and stuff like that. And, I can't contain it and just put it in my head. I have to share with people, even if you don't want to hear it. The truth hurts, but I gotta put it out there. So yeah, man, salute to y'all for watching that, man.
No problem, man. Listen, you on the show now, so you can't get rid of us, brother. It's just what it is. When you come on this show, like I told, Trim out before you came on, I would giving condolences to the homie, TV no ghost, and his wife, losing his wife. That he's been on the show one time, but that's family. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we gonna always take care of family going forward, man. When you on the show, so listen, tell us about Jay-R3d, man. Like, I want to know, because you, like I said earlier, mostly laid right now, right? Tell me about Tell it about, first of all, where did all of this, let's go back, where did all this start? Like what did this spark, what in your brain you spark to say, you know what, hey, I want to do everything entertainment? Like where did they come from?
But since a child, man, like I always would like watch TV and then in my head imagine if that was me, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as like as I grew up with two brothers, it was three of us, and we used to watch Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, all that stuff in the comic books and stuff like that. So I would think I used to draw us as superheroes, you know what I'm saying?
Artists, bro. Wow.
That's dope. That's dope.
I ain't no real artist, but I used to just draw, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
So it started there, but then when I got to Jackson State University, I got into a performance troupe called Mad Drama Performance Troupe. And that was the first time I saw it. I was like, well, let me try acting. So did that, and instantly when I did that, I met two other of my closest friends, some of my closest friends today, and we formed a group because they rapped. And I didn't know that. I had wrote rhymes before, but I never took myself serious as a rapper because when I was growing up, it was no Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The closest thing you had to that was a Tribe Called Quest, but they were nice, you know what I'm saying? But they were never number one like Kanye. All those conscious rappers, all those pretty boy rappers, the Drakes, you didn't have that back then. It was the Jeezys, it was the T.I.s. So I was like, damn, like, you know, ain't nobody gonna take me serious as a rapper. So once I got with them in the group, I felt like that was a way to kind of shell myself to be like, okay, I got some dudes with me, so it ain't just me. But we got together, we formed it. It was authentic. Originally, it was supposed to be like a southern version of the WuTang Clan, but it just trimmed down to three of us from different locations. We recorded music, and we just started making like hits that were known around the city of Jackson. And then when the internet popped, it was just everywhere. And then eventually we were actually recorded with Lazy Bone from Bone Thugs. Yeah, and then we did shows and stuff. And then eventually we moved to Atlanta because we figured, man, we can't just be staying in Mississippi. I ain't from Mississippi. I'm from Alabama, you know what I'm saying? So we was like, we gotta move out. So we came to Atlanta. And then we still was recording and stuff like that. And then eventually people, like my Facebook statuses and Twitters, I always talked about rap, hip hop, because I study it. Like when I told you I study, like as far as the Black history stuff, I study hip hop from, you know what I'm saying, like all the way to the grizzle, like all the way.
It's about to be a good conversation then, brother.
Hell yeah.
It's about to be a good conversation.
So I always gave my opinions and critiques on different things and stuff like that when Facebook, because a lot of folks don't know, Facebook didn't used to have statuses. All you could do was just post your photos and you know all that. But then you could do statuses and post videos and stuff. So my homeboy was like, man, maybe you should start a show. And then my other homegirl, she was like, yeah, you should start, da-da-da-da. And at first, Red's View was just me. It wasn't a discussion-based thing. It was just me kind of educating people, like the top 5 rappers who had the most underrated rappers, the songs, some of our favorite songs that got no hooks and all that. So eventually, I interviewed Mulatto, Miss Mulatto. She was Miss Mulatto back then. Right. And I went to the State Farm Arena at the time and interviewed Mulatto, Yin Yang Twins, Bone Crusher, and it was like, damn, that was my first a year of doing it, and I had interviewed T.I.'s engineer, all kind of stuff. So I was like, wow, what do I do now? So I took a break, recorded my not my first solo album, but like my first, like I had a solo album before that, but this one was like official, you know what I'm saying? So I put that out, and then they were encouraging me like, man, you should go back to do Red's View. And I was like, man, I don't know how I feel about me rapping and I'm critiquing people, whatever. They were like, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, you ain't do this, but they were like, your music is good. If anybody got any shit to say to you, they could refer to your music and you can talk up, you can back it up. So I was like, okay, fuck it. So I did that. My homeboy DJ PM reached out to me, and then it started to become like a Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp show, debate type. And that's the Red's View that you see now. And eventually, I started,
that's why it's the two people at the top.
Yeah. Exactly. Like on my shirt right now. Yeah, the foundation, because he started, because I had another homeboy that was doing it with me, and then he was like, hey, I want to get on the show. So then eventually we just kept doing it, and then folks was giving us feedback. Bow Wow sent us an angry DM. It was a whole bunch of stuff. But
I can't wait to get to that status.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it just started going, and then I started interviewing different people when the pandemic hit, right? Like Crazy Bone, Lil Flip, MC Shan.
Dope.
Oh,
MC
you listen,
Shan.
bro. That's crazy.
DJ Yella from NWA.
I saw that one.
It's like I just kept interviewing people, and like when I interviewed Mr. Servon from No Limit, it's like
I saw that too. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like this, like, people don't understand. I'm a fucking fan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the fact that I interviewed one of my favorite rappers of all time, and these people I grew up listening to was just crazy. And then, and the acting thing has always been there because that's how I was introduced. And then when the pandemic hit, I finally got my DJ equipment because folks kept telling me, you need to DJ, because I would be at parties and have this before I had my MacBook. I would have my laptop out and I would put on YouTube and have Apple Music. And I would just play music, and I was kind of like mixed, and people would walk over like, what the fuck? Where's your DJ equipment? I was like, I don't have none. They were like, you doing this from this? Oh, you need the DJ. So I finally said, okay, let me buy the equipment. And then I came out of 2020 and going into 2021 as a full DJ. And
nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how everything came together. Everything right now is just like Full Sail, and putting everything together. So yeah, that's how it came about.
Man, he getting busting back in the head with blessings, bro.
They're showing a whole bunch of stuff all out the pot. That's what's up.
Oh
man.
Yeah, by the way, that's Big Walt. That's Big Walt. Heisenberg. That's our third host of the show.
What's happening, bro?
That's the homie right there. He listen. He now you talking about art? That's the man right there. He can draw right there. He got his own company called For My People. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got so we there you go. Yeah. We get into it, man. So sorry, so we went like we got that was I appreciate you giving us that information, man. So Mobile, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about listen, I have family in Alabama. I cannot tell you what part because I know I remember heading down. What was that? 85. We in Georgia too, so we heading out there. We had whatever. I think it's 85, whatever, and then making a right. And all I know, I went to some backwoods, and I was there. So I don't recall. It's a little small town. I want to know. I know it's near Birmingham. So how was Mobile, Alabama for you though? What's that like?
Yeah, Mobile. So Mobile was pretty fun, man. Like, I mean, people think when you automatically think of Alabama, you think of trailers, all that country shit. I blame Kanye. Part of me blame Kanye because he had a Kanye's workout plan and had that white girl.
From Mobile, Alabama.
I'm Mobile, Alabama. Yeah. I was like, damn. But nah, man. Like, Mobile is like 2 hours from New Orleans. If you go to downtown Mobile, in the city of Mobile, that's the birthplace of Mardi Gras.
I was about to say that.
I saw that.
You hit me up when you put me on game on that one. Right
there. The birthplace of Mardi Gras. So it's right on the Gulf Coast. So we're like 45 minutes to an hour from Pensacola. All that's on the Gulf Coast, the beaches and all that. So it's a part of Alabama, but it feels like a different part of Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So it was always fun. It was cultured. I can tell you that. The food is good. And, you know what I'm saying, it's that Southern hospitality. My lineage comes from there because my grandparents are from there and stuff. And I actually moved there when I was in 4th grade. But I was born in Florida. Grew up there a little bit and then ended up moving to Huntsville, then Mobile. But Mobile was fun, man. DeMarcus Cousins is from Mobile. Me and him went to the same high school. He didn't go there when I was there. He came the year after I had graduated. But DeMarcus Cousins, Rich Boy, you know what I'm saying? You ever heard of
boy, I like Rich Boy. Shout out to Rich Boy, man.
Definitely. Orlando Jones. We got some people, some prominent people that come from there. But yeah, Satchel Paige, Hank Aaron, all of them come from Mobile. So yeah, man, Mobile is where it's at, for real.
Oh man, so let's get into some sports then. So you mentioned
exactly, man.
You know what I'm saying? So what you listening to? You watch? What sports you watch though? Like what do you?
Mainly is basketball, like NBA, but I mainly watch it like when I'm like glued to the TV is when the playoffs start. But for the most part, I've been keeping in touch with the Lakers. I just keep in touch of how crazy they look right now, and I'm like it's hard because I watch these games. I'm like, y'all are there, and LeBron got it. LeBron ain't lost the beat, right?
Yeah. Right.
But I knew the Russell Westbrook shit wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the little engine that could. It's just the fan in you. It's like, man, I just really want to try to pop off, but they just not doing it. But yeah, basketball for real. I just got around back. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I stopped fucking with the NFL during the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? You know, they racist and all. Every one of them is racist. It's
of
just
course.
they displayed their racism. And
once
you show your mask, I'm like, fuck you. I don't want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So, but this past year, I was like kind of watching, you know, football a little bit. But yeah, mainly it's NBA for sure.
That's what's up, man.
Well, I know.
Go ahead. Well, I know you got some questions for me.
Who you got coming out the East?
Man, the East, I would say right now, man, Philly, it might be Philly kind of looking, you know, since James Harden got over there, I'm looking at Philly right now.
Philly looking good. Philly got that. They got that energy right now. You know how the energy just shifts. You know, when you watch the sports, you could tell that team. You know, like when Golden State had that energy. They had that. Yeah. They had that swag on them.
Hell yeah.
Philly got it.
Yeah, Philly got it, and I think Embiid wants it. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted it. He's been wanting it, but you know he needed. You know you need a team. You know what I'm saying? And I would have said the Nets, but with the whole fucked up shit, what they got with the Kyrie, all that stuff. It's just I don't see it. But had Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, had all of them been healthy and all this other stuff, absolutely it would have been them, but I don't see that no more.
I got Brooklyn, so I think Brooklyn will make it if Kyrie plays. If they're healthy and they both play, Kyrie and KD play, I got Brooklyn. Two more questions, right? So you got a favorite player in the league and a favorite player all time.
Yeah, favorite player in the league right now is LeBron. Just because, man, I just like he's just inevitable. Like the way he plays, you know what I'm saying? His size, I've never seen nobody do anything
linebacker.
Like that.
He was linebacker.
His shoulders are like this big,
right?
I don't think in recent, when I say recent memory, as far as like, you know, the 90s all the way up until now, I don't know of any player that was like, he don't look like he missed a beat like at all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quite sure, you know, folks can school me and be like, I don't know what you're talking about, whatever, right? But LeBron, and I say favorite player of all time, that's kind of hard, man. I can't name one specific. Typically, you would say Michael Jordan, but I like Allen Iverson.
That's the usual.
Yeah, I like Allen Iverson. I like Kobe. I like Shaq.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like, and more so with Allen Iverson, what he meant for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like just you know, just his image and representation.
Rebel.
Yeah, he was a rebel, and it's the respect level. But yeah, like I like Magic, just a lot of different ones. So it's hard for me to just pinpoint one. Of course, typically you would say Michael Jordan, but I like Kobe. I like a bunch of folks.
Right. Mine is Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon. When I seen him pull up that 3-pointer, I was like, oh, that's my guy. I think he hit 2 in one game or something crazy like that. Or he made like 2 back, maybe like one game, but he pulled up for a 3-pointer like it was like he was Curry out there. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like he was sitting there, like he shooting threes. Like Hakeem Olajuwon. Just his background, you know, where he comes from, Africa, is just one of them story. You know, I'm a big story guy. You know, I could watch you play all day. That's why I'm with you on Allen Iverson. Yeah, I love a story. You see how Allen Iverson got in the league. He's supposed to play football. We all know.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So the way he got there and the love that his mother had for him to get him into Georgetown.
She pushed him, man. That was his battery pack, just like with Kanye.
He better be grateful that black man was there at that college. Because nobody else was going to take him.
Nope, because that would have been it for him. He was not. He was not even thinking about doing it.
Yeah, that was going to be it. But yeah, that's my thing, man. So, so I want to also talk to you about this because you said you went from Jackson. You went from Mississippi to Atlanta.
Right.
What part of Atlanta?
I'm in Marietta right now.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but at the end of the month, I'm moving to Mableton. Mableton is like really in the Cobb area. A lot of stuff is close together, Cobb County. So I'm gonna move to this other spot in Mableton at the end of the month.
But Jay-R3d, it's not Atlanta.
It's not. Look, I be telling folks now.
Today.
Yeah, I went to Town Center Mall, but it's not Atlanta. Just keep it in mind. It's not Atlanta.
What you think about that? What you think about that whole thing? Was it Amarillo, whatever her name is?
Yeah.
What you thought about that? Yeah,
yeah. I thought that it was genius, but I knew it was gonna fade away quickly.
Microwave.
Yeah, we're not talking about it, and like we're talking about it now, but I knew that. Put it like this: I can spot artists out, right? Had she already had some buzz before that? When I say buzz, because people be like, I knew of her.
Right.
No, I'm talking about buzz as far as a lot of people know who she is, right?
She was already doing her thing before she got
like
status.
Yeah, she had 1 million followers, and she had a following because my girl, she listens to her. You know what I'm saying? And I like that's why I found out about it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that typically when you do stuff like that to get some clout, get some traction and stuff like that, a lot of times you got to have stuff to back it up. And
I was thinking the same thing.
And I knew
it's not gonna last long at all.
It's not because you got people talking, but how fast this stuff moves. See, Not Atlanta was not a hit song. It just got people talking. I like the way that she rapped on it, but the only thing she did was get Lotto on the remix, and Lotto was talking about some shit that didn't make sense to me. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I figured, I applaud her for it because, okay, that was a genius move to get some, clout and get some people to come to you. But if you don't have anything to keep them there, or you don't have a follow-up to it outside of a remix, I figured that it wasn't going to last that long. But I do applaud her and her team for coming up with that.
Right. You gotta see, the thing about it is that, like, and Trim and Walt know, we always thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to, man. You got to think about what's going to be like next, because it can change in like any minute.
Right. I'm always like thinking like 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps. Like, okay, like we do this. What's the next step after that? You know what I mean? Like, you just can't. And it was crazy. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, okay, so she's not going to do nothing after this song.
Nah, she did. It sounds like she didn't really anticipate that happening. And so when you got stuff like that, it's in the moment. It's an in the moment thing. So she was just in the moment for it.
But see, that's not the way you're supposed to think.
You're right. It's not. But
like, if I'm taking my time to craft something, I'm thinking it's going to pop. Like in my mind, when I'm recording this podcast, I think it's going to be the biggest podcast in the world.
You gotta approach it like that.
I'm thinking Jay-R3d about to blow up off this podcast, and then he about to go and go somewhere and put us on because we on this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to think that way, because I think I'm the hottest out.
Yeah,
I think we the hottest out. You understand what I'm saying? So, you just can't just say, okay, all right, let's see if this comes out. No, if this pops, okay, when this pops, then we're gonna let's say we're gonna have an interview with T.I. because he's from Atlanta. Like, you gotta really be strategic.
You do.
Because like Jay-R3d said, you here, you gone. They pop you in that microwave, you done, you lukewarm, but you ain't staying hot.
Not in this climate. Like, you gotta keep it going. And I've seen it. I've seen people go viral and don't have a follow-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day when what was the dude named, the guy who said hide your kids, hide your wife, right?
Yeah.
That was back during the time when the internet wasn't so microwavable. You know what I'm saying? It was more so of, it went viral. This shit finna last for a year. Now you go viral, you gotta have something to put out instantly and keep it coming, because now you've turned my Instagram right now is pretty much my portfolio of everything that I do. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be like, hey, I'm having fun on here, but now it's a business. And now, you know, TikTok and everything, like if you got a following, those folks are gonna want to see you do exactly that. So if it's not Atlanta, you need to have like 5 not Atlanta songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right after that, and keep it going. Or if it ain't that, you need to have something that's going to be the same substance, the same feeling that's going to be a follow-up to it. But because what I've learned is when you do go viral, if I get like, let's say 5 million views, only 1% of those people are going to actually follow me. And the people that do follow me, say if it's more, say if it's like 5%, 10%, right? They may not even buy my album. They're only going to like that song. And if I did some goofy shit to get on, like, and then, you know, and I'm like, hey, y'all, I do music too. They're like, okay, that's cool. Do some more goofy shit.
Right.
You know
Tap dance like you did before.
Right. Do that. Yeah, that's cool, but do that. Yeah. So,
yeah.